The water hissed as it struck the tiles, sending rivulets racing toward the drain. Steam swirled around us, rising in thick clouds that clung to the glass door. My pulse thumped faster than the spray, my skin hot, not only from the heat, but from the man standing so close beside me. Lewis. It should have been ordinary. Two friends rinsing off after a late workout. But nothing about it felt ordinary now. The second he stepped in, the space shrank. Every movement, every breath, every drop of water seemed louder, sharper, heavier. And every second, my body screamed the truth I had spent years trying to silence. I wanted him. What happens when the one thing you've been hiding is suddenly inches away, impossible to ignore? Lewis shook his head, dark hair dripping, droplets running down his jaw. His frame glistened under the spray, the muscles I'd seen 1,000 times before somehow sharper, more dangerous. He ran a hand over his face and laughed. You look like you're thinking too hard. You always do. I forced a chuckle. Just tired. It was a lie, flimsy and see-through. But I needed something to hold the dam from breaking, some excuse to mask the electricity crawling under my skin. Because if I didn't, everything I'd bottled up, the long stares, the stolen glances, the restless nights, would come flooding out. Lewis tilted his head. Studying me, his gaze lingered too long, too steady. Tired, huh? Then why do you look like you're about to confess something? My breath caught. He couldn't know. He couldn't. Sometimes the scariest part isn't the truth itself. It's realizing someone else can see it in you before you admit it. The steam wrapped us tighter, hiding us away in a foggy cocoon. The shower wasn't small, but right now it might as well have been a closet. My back brushed the slick wall as I shifted away, pretending to adjust the spray. But Lewis followed, not aggressively, just steadily, like he had no intention of letting the distance grow. I swallowed hard. My heart hammered in my throat. Why are you looking at me like that? He smirked, water dripping from his lips. Because you're trying so hard not to look back. And he was right. I had been avoiding his eyes the whole time, as if one glance might unravel me completely. I forced myself to meet them now, deep, dark, unreadable, and instantly regretted it. Because in his gaze, I saw no judgment, no laughter, no sign that I had imagined the tension. I saw awareness. When two people hold a secret between them, a single look can be louder than words. I tried to laugh it off, the way I always did when things got too close. You're imagining things. But Lewis leaned in, his voice lowering, teasing, almost daring. Am I? The words hung heavy between us, and the steam seemed to thicken with them. My chest burned. My fingers twitched at my sides, every instinct screaming to either bolt out the door or step forward into him. Instead, I froze, caught between fear and longing. The water pounded relentlessly, washing over both of us, but it couldn't cool the fire building in my chest. Lewis's shoulder brushed mine, a light touch, almost accidental, but not quite. I didn't move away. It only takes one touch to turn denial into desire, and one more to turn desire into truth. His hand dropped to his side, close enough that his fingers grazed mine. Not grabbing, not forcing, just there, present, testing. My breath hitched, and he noticed. Of course he noticed. His smirk softened into something else, something gentler. You've been running from this, he said quietly, almost drowned out by the spray. From me. I stiffened, panic clawing at my chest. That's not. But I stopped, because even I didn't believe my own denial anymore. He had caught me, stripped bare not just of clothes, but of excuses, of masks, of walls. The moment you stop lying to others is scary. But the moment you stop lying to yourself, that's when everything changes. Lewis didn't press further. He just waited, standing there, close enough for me to feel his warmth through the steam. His patience was worse than pressure. It left me dangling, trembling, knowing the choice was mine. Step back, laugh it off, rebuild the wall. Or stay. My chest rose and fell, heavy and uneven. My hand trembled, and for the first time, I didn't pull it away. I let my fingers brush against his, deliberately this time. Lewis exhaled, a sound half relief, half victory. He didn't grab me. He didn't need to. The space between us was gone already. One choice can rewrite years of silence. And once it's made, there's no turning back. That Lewis's fingers didn't tighten around mine. He didn't rush forward or make some dramatic move. He just let the silence hang, letting me feel the weight of what I had just done. My choice. My touch. It should have been small, a brush of skin. But in the haze of steam, it felt enormous, like lightning splitting the air. My throat tightened, my body trembling in the heat. Sometimes the smallest step feels like the biggest leap, because it's the one you've been terrified to take. Lewis's eyes softened, the teasing smirk fading into something quieter, deeper. He leaned his forehead against mine, water dripping between us. The move was simple, almost innocent, yet it made my chest ache. "You don't know how long I've wanted this," he whispered. The words nearly knocked me over. My eyes snapped open, searching his face for any sign of a joke. But he wasn't smiling. He was serious. More serious than I'd ever seen him. I swallowed hard. "You wanted this? All this time?" He gave a small laugh, almost bitter. "Do you really think I didn't notice the way you looked at me? The way you froze whenever we got too close? I wanted to tell you, but I thought if I pushed, you'd run." The most painful thing is an unspoken desire. It's realizing someone else has been waiting just as long, just as quietly, for you. I felt dizzy, the steam pressing down around me. All this time, I'd been drowning in guilt for feelings I thought were mine alone. And all this time, Lewis had been right here, wanting the same thing. I thought I was crazy, I admitted, my voice cracking. Lewis tilted my chin, forcing me to meet his eyes. "You're not crazy. You're just scared. So was I." My heart clenched. The raw honesty in his tone stripped away the last of my defenses. No jokes, no masks, no more excuses. Just truth. When two people finally stop pretending, the truth doesn't break them. It sets them free. I didn't think anymore. I leaned in, closing the gap, and pressed my lips to his. It was awkward at first, clumsy with nerves, but the second his mouth moved against mine, everything clicked. All the longing, the nights of silence, the years of denial, they exploded into that kiss. The steam wrapped us tighter, as though the world itself wanted to keep us hidden, safe. His hand slid up my back, firm and steady, while I clutched him like he was the only solid thing in the room. I pulled back just enough to breathe, gasping against his lips. "Lewis!" He silenced me with another kiss, deeper this time, filled with urgency and certainty. One kiss can erase years of fear and rewrite every memory in its wake. The shower roared on, but we hardly noticed. My world narrowed to the press of his body, the heat of his breath, the taste of him lingering on my lips. Every drop of water only made me want more, grounding me in the reality that he wasn't a dream. When we finally broke apart, we stayed forehead to forehead, breathing hard, hearts racing in sync. His thumb brushed across my cheek, gentle, grounding. "You're mine now," he murmured. The word should have scared me. Instead, they settled in my chest like something I've been waiting to hear all along. Sometimes the scariest promises are the ones that sound exactly like home. I laughed softly, shaky and breathless. "And what if I don't want to be?" Lewis smirked, brushing another kiss against my jaw. "Then why are you holding me so tight?" I froze, because he was right. My arms were around him, clinging, as though I was afraid to let go. Because I was. Letting go meant going back, pretending this never happened. And that was impossible now. So I tightened my grip, closer. I whispered, "I want you closer." The moment you admit what you want, the fear disappears, and desire takes its place. Lewis's smile widened, triumphant yet tender. He pressed against me fully, chest to chest, the heat of his body mixing with the showers. The world outside that glass door didn't exist anymore. There was only us, wrapped in steam, wrapped in truth. And for the first time, I wasn't running. I wasn't hiding. I was exactly where I belonged. Too close in the shower steam, and even closer into Lewis.